Bitcoin Cash. You asked for it, so I'm going to bring it to you. Where is the psychology of the market when it comes to Bitcoin Cash? It's a big project, top 50, top 20. Where is Bitcoin Cash? I'm going to have to check. I'll check where it is in terms of market cap, in terms of ranking. But we're going to look at the technicals today to see should you be buying, should you be holding. If you're holding already, what you should anticipate, and then where are good high probability entry opportunities and exit opportunities to maximize your profits. So if you like today's video, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification. And if you're wondering, who is this guy? Well, my name is Jagir. I am the award-winning author of The Extraordinary New Venture Capital Opportunity, How to Invest Like a Pro. I've been trading currencies for over 15 years now, and I've been featured in the best-selling book, High Probability Trading Strategies, back in 2008, and I bring that knowledge and wisdom to you. Take my free crypto trading masterclass, because one of the 3 secrets that I cover is Elliott wave theory, and that's what we're going to focus on today. So let's dive straight in. I'll keep today a bit more punchy. We're going to get straight to the point. So there's no data on this chart at the moment. This is a daily chart with closing line data, right? Now, Bitcoin Cash, very choppy. You know, there is a clear pattern, but it's not as clean as I would like. And remember, with Elliott Wave, around 50 to 70% of the time in the crypto markets, there is a clear pattern, but 30 to 50% of the time, there's not. So we never forced a wave count. But what we can see here, we're going to do 2 things. Let's focus on the macro picture first. Macro picture is, what's the biggest thing that we can see, right? The macro picture is, right, well, we made a very clear move up and a very clear move down. So we can label this as a wave 1. That's the macro, right? There's no real arguing. You can't really, no one can really argue that, right? Then what's the intermediate? What's the lesser degree, one degree down? Well, there's a few ways we can count this, but the most obvious one that we can see here is, where do we start? This wave 1 count, like, this is what I brought up in my last video. It doesn't matter if we start here or if we start here. So I'm going to start here today. So this goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, makes sense. And then I'm going to double click this and make sure I got the intermediate, right? So it's nice and clear. And then what are we seeing next on an intermediate level? Right, well, after a wave 1 comes a wave 2. So wave 2, what does a wave 2 normally look like? A minimum of 3 waves. And then normally corrective waves. What does this wave look like on the downside? Well, it looks very aggressive, very impulsive on the downside. So actually this looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a potential 5 of an A. Similar to Bitcoin, actually, similar to Bitcoin in itself. So what do we mark this as? Well, we mark this as an A. This is still the intermediate. So let's just change the size of the text so it's nice and clear. And a wave looks like an A. Right, what should we anticipate next? Well, let's go 1 degree lower again. So I'm trying to get, so this intermediate count is this intermediate count. So let's just draw what I'm seeing is likely to unfold in some way, shape, or form. And again, we're focusing on the intermediate. You want to keep it really clear on what degree are you looking at? Are you looking at the macro, the intermediate, or the micro, and then the sub-micro? Because if you confuse it, on a macro level, we're actually, a wave 1 and then doing a wave 2. A wave 2 is that corrective part. But then on the micro, the intermediate, it's a wave A. And then we're anticipating a wave A and then a wave B. So more upside movement. And then we can zoom in even further. So what I'm looking at is this potential wave A, a wave B should form. And then we'll see a wave C. Either we'll get a double bottom where it kind of tags this, or it may exceed this. But as the data unfolds, we can get that clearer as we go on. So now I can get rid of this and just keep it on this intermediate. All right, so it's really clear that we're focused on this bump, bump, bump. All right, so what do we do next? Well, one last thing we'll do is let's just go 1 less degree. Let's go into the micro picture now, and we'll keep it on the daily chart because it's relatively clear, and but we'll see how it unfolds. Is a nice 1, 2, well, it looks like either a 3, 4, 5, and this is an initial wave A and then a corrective rally down, or it could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, or a 4, and this final 5 down, because 4s can be a bit complex the way it unfolds. So Bitcoin's one was more similar to this, so we'll do it this way. Let me just do it this way, 4 and then a 5. Let me just move this 3 down. Yeah. Right, so we're going bump, bump, bump. 3, 4, and then potentially making a wave A down here, and then a 5 up here. right? And then let's just look at two momentum indicators. We're going to go on the weekly chart. You can see the weekly momentums on the upside, so or this way is going to be oversold, so we should more expect upside movement. And then we're going to also do the same for the daily chart. We've got two indicators, both are bullish, so we should anticipate upside movements. So if we were trading this, what would I look to do? I would look for buying opportunities. If I just zoom right the way in to down here, you can go to a lesser degree, but buying opportunities going above this wave high. And if it does break here, you can put your stop loss down here, which it shouldn't exceed. But normally wave fives do exceed wave three, but sometimes you do get something called a fifth wave failure. But again, you want to jump to a lower time frame to see. And then I'll do one last thing actually. The time and price you should anticipate for a wave B, minimum of 50% time. Where are we? I'm looking at this. Here we go. Well, if it was here, just by coincidence, it was on the same point. So we're going to anticipate a minimum of 50% time. So the correction of wave B should go further than the 28th of June if this ends up being the wave 5 low of a wave A. And then the price, just keeping it a nice high level at the moment because we don't have the data yet. You should anticipate a minimum of, where are we? There we go. Minimum of 50% correction. 50%, maximum 78.6% correction. So there you have it. So now we should anticipate date and time, so price and time. Where are you? This one. In this zone here. As we get more data, we can say, look, the price should go above $1,060 and it should exceed the date of June 28th. But as the market unfolds, we'll get more data. But I would wait for one of these highs to get taken out. The safest place would be here, or this next high down here, or this one here. All have pros and cons. But there you have it. Bitcoin Cash, you now have an update. We have a macro picture, wave 1 forming a wave 2. But on an intermediate picture is a wave A and potentially starting that wave B. And then micro, it was looking like the end of a 5-wave count for a wave A. Hopefully that makes a lot of sense to you. If you haven't already, take my crypto trading masterclass because I cover the theory of Elliott wave, in real layman's terms. So when you see my videos, you can understand what I'm talking about because the psychology of the markets really expresses itself so nicely because the markets are always contracting and expanding all the time. And there's these Fibonacci ratios all relate to this golden mean called the 1.618. And it shows in human nature, but it also shows in our psychology. And when the more people are involved, especially if it's all from different backgrounds, because it's a global market, it just works incredibly well when we can combine it. So take my crypto trading masterclass, like, subscribe, hit bell notification. We've got some new places where they're coming up now. So maybe it was over here. And we're gonna finish on a quote. But let's go to chapter 2. Let's see. In my book, let's see. No, we did that one last time. Let's go. Aha, here we go. This one's from Confucius. Here we go. I love my philosophy. It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. Confucius. See you soon.